Running a conduit through ductwork is not permissible. Introducing a conduit into ductwork can significantly compromise the integrity of the duct system itself. Ductwork is specifically designed and engineered to efficiently and effectively distribute air throughout a building. Any alteration or obstruction within the duct can disrupt this carefully balanced airflow. A conduit, whether it is rigid or flexible, introduces a foreign object into this system, potentially causing damage or restricting the flow of air. The primary function of ductwork is to maintain indoor air quality and ensure proper ventilation. By introducing a conduit, the airflow dynamics can be altered, leading to reduced air circulation, stagnant air pockets, and uneven temperature distribution. This can negatively impact indoor air quality and create uncomfortable living or working conditions. Ductwork often contains delicate components such as insulation, liners, and dampers that are essential for maintaining thermal efficiency and controlling airflow. Installing a conduit can damage these components, leading to energy loss, increased noise levels, and reduced system performance. For example, the duct lining, which is designed to minimize noise and prevent condensation, can be easily torn or punctured by the sharp edges of a conduit. Similarly, dampers, which are used to regulate airflow to different zones, can be obstructed or damaged by the presence of a conduit. Moreover, the presence of a conduit within the ductwork can create a potential fire hazard. Electrical conduits, particularly those carrying power cables, can generate heat. If this heat is not properly dissipated, it can ignite combustible materials within the ductwork, such as dust, debris, or insulation. This can lead to a fire that can quickly spread throughout the building. In addition, installing a conduit in ductwork may violate building codes and regulations. Building codes typically require that ductwork be kept clear of obstructions and that any modifications be performed by qualified professionals. Installing a conduit without proper authorization or permits can result in fines, penalties, and even legal action. The presence of a conduit inside ductwork also poses a challenge for maintenance and repair. Should the ductwork require cleaning, inspection, or repair, the conduit may obstruct access and make these tasks more difficult or impossible. Similarly, if the conduit itself requires maintenance, it may be difficult to access without damaging the ductwork. The installation of a conduit can create pressure points and stress concentrations on the ductwork. Over time, these stresses can lead to cracks, leaks, and other structural failures. In addition, the weight of the conduit can add additional strain to the ductwork, especially if the ductwork is not designed to support such loads. The most appropriate method for running security cables, or any other type of cabling, is to utilize a separate conduit system that runs alongside the ductwork, either above it or below it. This approach ensures that both systems remain independent and do not interfere with each other's operation. Installing a separate conduit system requires careful planning and execution. It is essential to select the appropriate type and size of conduit for the specific application and to ensure that the conduit is properly supported and secured. Additionally, it is important to follow all applicable building codes and regulations. Firstly, assess the route for the security cables and determine the best location for the conduit. Consider factors such as accessibility, aesthetics, and potential obstructions. Secondly, select the appropriate type and size of conduit for the security cables. The conduit should be large enough to accommodate the cables without overcrowding and should be made of a material that is suitable for the environment. Thirdly, install the conduit supports. The conduit should be supported at regular intervals to prevent sagging and to ensure that it is securely attached to the building structure. Fourthly, run the security cables through the conduit. Be careful not to damage the cables during installation. Fifthly, terminate the conduit at the electrical panel or other connection point. Ensure that all connections are properly made and that the conduit is securely grounded. Finally, inspect the installation to ensure that it meets all applicable codes and regulations. By installing a separate conduit system, it is possible to ensure that the security cables are properly protected and that the ductwork remains free from obstruction and damage. This approach provides a safe, efficient, and code-compliant solution for running security cables in buildings.